Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 762. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book, but you need some help getting it done, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Monday, everyone. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 19 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they have the ability to turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published one. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. As authors, we have a responsibility to make sure we write what we mean and mean what we write. We walk the line of awareness between conversational word choices and literary ones. Intentional word selection makes for stronger writing. And I'm actually quoting myself there, believe it or not. That's from a recent Writer Wednesday email, and I'll make sure I drop a link to that in the show notes. And here's some more thoughts on that subject of conversational versus literary word choices. And to be clear, when I say conversational, I'm not judging our casual conversations. I'm just as guilty as anyone else, especially when I get fired up talking to friends, dropping all the super and amazing and I feel like, and does that make sense, and epic, and all those other kind of trendy phrases that I probably wouldn't put into my actual book writing. But, as I always tell everyone, I preach about that which I need to be reminded of. So why am I so passionate about authors being intentional about the written word, about language? Maybe it's because I have this irrational fear that the homogenization of language, especially if it's reflected unconsciously onto the printed page for all of eternity, will be followed by the homogenization of ideas. Is that too dramatic? Well, the abundance and ease of copy-pasted posts at times takes my Facebook feed and makes it look more like a reel of thought photocopies. Not surprisingly, the posts that get my attention, that tug at my emotions and provoke my imagination, are the Facebook posts and social media posts in general, with original thoughts and shares and stories. The mindless scrolling comes to an immediate halt when I see those original posts. So authors, we are trying to get our readers' attention, right? So that's just something to keep in mind when you're kind of curating your Facebook feed and deciding what kind of thoughts you want to share with the world. So is this copy-paste thinking carrying over to books? Well, think about the abundance of remarkably similar literary takes on The Secret over the years. How many books have you seen that are kind of just rehashes of The Secret? Which books are more likely to get your attention, original or Xerox? One of the ways that we as authors stand out in a crowd is by donning our author observer hats, one of my favorite things here, and noticing, reflecting, and documenting things that others overlook. One of those things for me is language. When I see everyone almost unconsciously falling into language lockstep, I wonder, do they even notice that they're doing it? Writers have to notice. It is our job to notice. And what better way to stand out than by not sounding like everyone else? Historically speaking, it's the people who have stood out in a crowd who have made the greatest impact. And the hat worn by many of those individuals, you guessed it, has been author. So how are you using your words to stand out from the crowd? And I'll give you a hint. It starts with your story, your point of view on life, your words. Those things are un-Xeroxable. Made up word there. So what's your secret? And like I said, I will drop the link to the original Writer Wednesday that inspired this in the show notes. And as always, thank you for joining me here on your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome and hopefully very original book. And be sure and drop by my Inc. Authors group on Facebook for motivation, accountability, book writing, publishing resources, and more. And I would also so appreciate it if you could subscribe and follow the show wherever you happen to be listening to it and leave a review. Thank you. Until tomorrow, happy writing.